everybody. Happy Sunday. Gathered here before. Sand has shifted beneath our feet. Time has marked the moments when trembling hearts skipped a beat. Be still, my soul. Be still. Be still, my soul. Be still. A rush of wind in the air, the breath of life drawing near. God is here, yeah. Be still. Be still. Who am I to doubt this truth? Who am I to fear my need? The one who holds my life and breath will not falter, will not leave. Be still, my soul. Be still. Be still, my soul. Be still. A rush of wind in the air, the breath of life drawing near. God is here. Be still. It is well with my soul. It is well with my soul. It is well with my soul. Be still. Oh, be still, my soul. Be still. A rush of wind in the air, a breath of life drawing near. God is here. Be still. Be still, my soul. Oh, be still. Be still, my soul. Oh, be still. All right, we woke you up. We're gonna wake you up some more.
I don't care what's on TV about the state of the economy. I don't believe most of what I see, but I know what I know to be. God is so good all the time. God is so good all the time. God is so good, so good,
So good
all the time.
all the time.
Well, I'm walking by faith and not by sight, 'cause what seems wrong today, tomorrow might seem right. All is well and all is good and unfolding as it should, 'cause God is so good.
God is so good
God is so good all the time. God is so good,
so good
so good,
so good
all the
all
time.
the time.
God is so good through the highs and lows,
So good,
through the troubles and woes. So good through the peaks and the valleys. So good, feel the spirit inside me. So good, my, I wanna testify. Let me show you why. So good through my dark darkest hour. So good. Call the mighty power. So good. To carry me through. So good. You better believe it's true. So good.
So good.
So good. All the time. Keep it going. Highs and lows, all the time, through my ups and downs, all the time. There's one thing that never changes, is the grace of God that is so good, so good, all the time, all the time. My God is so good, God's so good, woo, God is so good, so good, so good. So good, God is so good, all the time, so good.
All the time. Thank you for the assist in the audience. Good morning. How you doing this morning? So, good morning, everybody here in Johnson Hall. So, we at Riverside Center for Spiritual Living acknowledge that we gather on the ancestral land of the Cahuilla, the Gabrielino Tongva, the Kizh, and the Pechanga peoples. We commit to live in right relations, to love our neighbors, to seek justice and loving kindness, and to humbly walk on this land. We recognize our oneness so we may decolonize our minds and set each other free from the pain of racism and violence, and to live better as Great Spirit intended, in harmony with nature and with one another. So again, good morning and welcome to the morning table. I am Reverend Sandra Prince. Love lives here at Riverside Center for Spiritual Living, where you belong. I'd like to say hello to everyone joining us on live stream and on Zoom today. And the people in the Zoom room, if you want to participate more fully at the special time, actually, you'll be in the right place. The people who are on Facebook, if you want to jump into the conversation, then jump on over to Zoom at the appropriate time. So I want to remind everyone here in Johnson Hall to please put your phone on silence so our time together can be spent uninterrupted. So now, let's ground ourselves in unity as we say our focus statement together. We embolden people to live their highest potential through the transformative power of love. Now, I invite you to get up and dance. And no, they did it kind of weak. Oh, okay. Y'all in trouble now. Red pen this morning, red. So we're going to pause for station identification. I'm going to give him the mic. Drop the mic.
Okay. I know that I was gone for 2 weeks. However, that is not an excuse to all of a sudden get low energy on this thing. So, all right. Today, we are talking about making connections. So I want to hear all the C's for this, okay? So give me some of the C's. Compassion, community, clever, confident,
Collaborate.
concert, collaborative, caress, charity, caring, compassion. All right, so let's say this like we mean it, shall we? All right, here we go. We embolden people to live their highest potential through the transformative power of love. There's my community. Now stand up and let's dance. Here we go.
churros and chocolate.
That is an order.
I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. Here we go. Time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. Come on.
Good morning. I am Jeannie Kataoka, one of your licensed spiritual practitioners, and I'm also your ordained animal chaplain here at the Riverside Center for Spiritual Living. I will be available after the morning table for a brief moment of prayer in the prayer room located in the lobby. Please don't leave here this morning with anything on your heart, whether it be a challenge or a celebration. We love to pray about celebrations and just get more juice out of it and be more grateful for it. So either one. I would love to pray with you, and we absolutely know that prayer works. There's a candle at the center of your table. I invite you to light it together with me now. As we come together in conversation this morning, this candle is a reminder that when two or more are gathered, a greater wisdom is available to us, and we experience a deeper love, and our own light shines brighter. Now, please allow this music to take you into the silence, followed by this morning's invocation.
Something stirs in my soul when I pray. Soft as a whisper, it calls, come away. Centered in a sacred space, Spirit meets me face to face, and I'm welcome every day. Every day. unafraid, filled with the power as my knees hit the floor, sitting on higher than I was before, and I am changed. When I pray. When I pray. The peace that's surpassing all understanding, and all is lifted up. Loved ones and enemies, blessings and worries, God is here for us. Thank you pours out of me when I pray, like a choir breaking free, just like rain. Oh, pray when I pray. Oh, I pray. I pray. Something stirs in my soul when I pray.
I offer this prayer this morning, keeping Pope Francis in mind, who is suffering or experiencing serious health challenges right now, pneumonia and kidney failure. And as a former Catholic, I still feel connection, and I think that he's been a good and wise Pope. I recognize and know that God, Spirit, the one that is in all, as all, is all there is. It is the spirit of love and compassion, creativity and art, friendship and camaraderie. It is the God of connections. Without its omnipresence, connections and communication among those who speak different languages or no discernible language would not be possible. It is the presence and power of the one that enables us to communicate and make connections with each other and even with animals and plants. I know that I am blessed with this ability to make connections and communicate with my loved ones, my friends, and as far out into the world as I desire. What is true for me is true for everyone here and everywhere. Each of us can make connections as we choose. It is this one who gives us the courage and ability to make connections with honesty and mutual respect. It is through these God-driven connections that we are able to share the Spirit's love and kindness in all our interactions. I bless this service and know that as we dive deeper into the idea of making connections, we will come away with new insights and ideas on how to expand our connections and bring deeper meaning to the ones we already have. And together we say, and so it is.
God is all there is. God is all there is in the beginning. God. Jesus said that I and my Father are one, made in the image and likeness of the one. Since God is what we are, let God be what we show. See the God in every face, everywhere we go. God is all there is. God is all there is in the beginning. God. God is all there is. God is all there is in the beginning. God. Omnipresence manifesting cosmic unity. The ins and outs, the ups and downs, and everything in between. Omni-intelligence orchestrating relativity. The power of creation is a gift to you and me. God is all there is. God is all there is in the beginning. God. God is all there is. God is all there is in the beginning. Oh, God. Your mind is divine in the garden of your soul. Plant love, faith, and happiness, and witness what unfolds from the beauty of creation reflected in your eyes. You see heaven right here on earth and live in paradise. God is all there is. God is all there is in the beginning. Oh, God. God is all there is. God is all there is in the beginning. God, oh, God is all there is. God is all there is in the beginning. Oh, God, oh, God is all there is. God is all there is in the beginning. Oh, God, God is all there is in the beginning. God.
Thank you, Jeff. Thank you, band. Great job. God is all there is. Yes? Yes. So I am Jeff Ryan. I am the senior minister here at Riverside Center for Spiritual Living, and it is my honor and joy to serve this beloved community. So, how y'all been? Great. Yep, good. Dad is feeling better. He's at home. For those of you who may not know, my dad was hospitalized, and I ended up having to go to Vegas. And Reverend Sanja stepped in last Sunday and took charge and did a fantastic job. So give it up for Reverend Sanja as well. Dad's feeling much better, back to himself, back to complaining about the HOA. So all is good in the world. Love you, Dad. So all is right in the world. So that's how we knew he was fine. So it's like when he wasn't thinking about his health, he was just thinking about HOA. All right, then he's good. All is well. So, so I'm back. And so I have another question for you, my beloveds. And be honest, because how many of y'all read the email I sent out the other day? Oh, all right, about half. Okay, that's good. We're getting there. It's an improvement. Again, I don't write this for myself. I don't write this for my own health, right? So I do write it to communicate with all y'all. That is plural of y'all, all y'all. I was born in Texas, what can I say? So, at any rate, we think of you. Yes. Haven't lived there in a very, very long time. So, yes. All right. So, the other day, Eddie and I went to Tractor Supply Company because his mom had his mom buys her bird seed there, and we had gone to Lowe's and we found a bird feeder, but guess what? They don't sell bird seed at Lowe's. I don't know why. They sell a bird feeder, but they don't sell bird seed, right? So Eddie remembered that, Mom goes to Tractor Supply in Delaware and gets her bird seed there because she's got plenty of bird feeders and we watch them when we're there. And so we went there. And now I know that Eddie and I are not the demographic for Tractor Supply Company. I get this. I'm quite well aware, right? And that was made even more clear when we pulled into the parking lot. A bunch of white pickup trucks. Yeah. Right? So, but Eddie and I were determined to find us a bird feeder and bird seed. So, steeled my spine, took a deep breath, and in we go. And the people in Tractor Supply, the people working there, were so nice. They were so kind. They hey, good morning. Can we help you find anything? Showed us where the bird feeders were, showed us where the bird seed was, gave us recommendations as we were walking around other parts of the store. They were like, are you finding everything okay? Do you need any help? That's what I'm here for. And we're like, wow, this is pretty cool. Nice peeps, like that. So we go to the front, we get our bird feeder, we go to the front. Another cashier, there's 2 cashiers working, and then another lady says, well, if you're just paying by a card, I can do that here on, my handheld here. I'm like, okay. So as she was trying to figure out her handheld, because then all of a sudden she suggested that, and then it wasn't working, right? Yeah, gotta love technology, right? I hear from behind me, you gonna feed the birds? Or no, you gonna feed the squirrels? And I turn and go, no, birds. And then I saw the hat. The brim of the hat said, Ultra MAGA. Big flashing, it wasn't flashing, but it might as well have been. Big flashing letters. It was a black hat and silver stitching, and it was just like, boom, across the forehead. And I was like, okay, so Eddie and I were prepared to see this, but I was not prepared to have it speak to me. I was like, oh, holy crap. It talks, and it's engaging me, of all people. So I said, no, birds. And he goes, well, but it says squirrel on the top of the thing there. It says squirrel. I'm like, yeah, because it when the squirrel lands on it, it closes the holes. So it's like it says squirrel proof, right? So that it doesn't. That's why the whole thing about this bird feeder is that it's squirrel proof. Like there is such a thing, but more of a squirrel deterrent, shall we say, right? So I was like, oh, okay. Because I thought if you were feeding squirrels, I'd bring over the hundreds of squirrels that we have on my ranch, and you could just have all of our squirrels too and just feed them. And his wife is nodding, and I was like, yep, we have hundreds of squirrels. I was like, oh, God, right? And this lady's still trying to get her thing to work. And I was like, lady, come on, girl. So I said, no, we have plenty of squirrels for our dogs to chase in the yard. We have plenty of our own squirrels. We don't need yours too, right? I also don't need you knowing where I live, dude, but okay. With my pride flag hanging out and waving in the breeze, right? We don't need that, right? And so, silly me, I mentioned dogs. right? So I was like, well, what kind of dogs do you have? And so then we started talking about the dogs. The lady finally got the thing to work. Ed's just there, happy as a clam, just standing there, watching his husband suffer. But there we are, me and this ultra maga, right? Having a conversation about squirrels and our dogs there in Tractor Supply. So why did I tell you this story in my email, and why am I telling it to you now? Because it's about making connections. Even in that brief moment, talking about squirrels, talking about our dogs, we connected. We had a brief moment of connection where I saw his humanity underneath the hat. We exchanged a couple smiles, even a couple chuckles. I'm not like, ha, 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 no, right? But a couple chuckles, because like, I'm still in full defense mode, I'm still in full vigilance mode, right? But a few chuckles. I saw his humanity, and dare I say, he might have seen mine. But what really impressed me, I guess, or upon me, it didn't impress me. I do think highly of myself, but really? I know that's news to you, Frank. I know nobody in this room knows that I have good self-confidence, yes. But what I realized in that moment is that my humanity was restored. Because I was able to see this gentleman as a human being. I had stopped briefly from othering him, from making assumptions and judgments and accusations against him. That I was returned to my own sense of humanity, to my own sense of spirituality, to my own sense of what it means to be in unity, what it means to be in oneness. Because, beloveds, even for me, maybe sometimes especially for me, it's hard. It's hard out there. And for many of you, you've been living it a really long time, since the time you were born. So I recognize where I'm coming from. I recognize that my experiences are not the same as the lived experiences of everyone in this room, and the challenges that everyone in this room may have experienced. And I still recognized that even though this person wearing this hat is diametrically opposed to almost all the values I have in the world, right? There was still an opportunity to find a sliver of oneness, to find a sliver of that. And so in restoring myself, in remembering myself, and remembering oneness and unity within myself, that brought me back to my own wholeness. That brought me back to my own unity, to where I was able to see differently. Now, this doesn't mean that we don't stay vigilant. I recognize that this is not the solution to everything that's going on. This is not the solution to the fascism that's taking over in our government. This is not the solution to every problem that we have in our country or in our world. But it is a sliver, it is an inroad, it is a first contact, if you will. But most importantly, it returned me to me. It returned me to remembering what it is that I truly believe about unity and oneness and connection and wholeness. And that's the most significant part of it. I had been pulled off center, and I was able to come back to recenter. again. I'm not going to deliberately put myself into dangerous situations. But I'm also not going to let my life be made smaller. I'm not going to let my consciousness be brought down to a smaller point of consciousness. I'm not going to allow the fear to take over my faith. I get to stand in my faith. I get to stand in the trust. I get to stand in the knowing that I know spiritual truth, and I get to go back there. I get to revisit there, and I get to stand there. But it doesn't mean that I'm not vigilant. I get to be vigilant on a couple of different fronts. Vigilant in my own consciousness, my own well-being, but also vigilant around what is around me, what's surrounding me, who's around me, what they're believing, what the possibilities are, without living in fear, but just being aware, being consciously aware, rather than like the people in Costco on a Saturday who are just kind of roaming around, not paying attention when they're pushing their carts and bumping into you and like cutting in front of you to grab a cracker or anything like that, right? We all know what Ritz crackers are. Still don't know why they sample them, other than they're good. Right? But totally like clueless to their situational awareness. So I'm saying we still need to be situationally aware. We still need to be conscious, but we get to be conscious and vigilant in who we are and then in our surroundings. Does this make sense to y'all? Yeah. So making connections is wildly important when we are talking about unity, when we are talking about wholeness, when we're talking about oneness. So as some of you, most of you know, I used to, let me say that again, so don't come asking me. I used to be a massage therapist for over 15 years, okay? So I'm saying used to because I ain't touching your shoulders. I ain't giving you a little back rub. Yeah, just the neck a little. No. Mm-mm. No. So no little foot rubs, nothing. Nope. Okay? So, you got to pay me lots of money for that. So, I used to work at Canyon Ranch on the Strip in Las Vegas, a 5-star spa. All right? So, higher than Glen Ivy, okay? More exclusive than Glen Ivy, okay? I can't tell you some of the famous people I massage because, there's that non-disclosure crap. But, at any rate. For those of you at home, Siri is talking about foot massage and where we can go get one here now. Gotta love technology. It's always listening. So if anybody does want a good foot massage, your S word on your Apple phones will provide that information for you. So at any rate, where was I going with this? Oh, yeah. So one of the things that we always, is I'm going to spend 50 minutes to 80 minutes with you, rubbing you, right? It's a very intimate situation for a lot of people, right? Even though it's therapeutic, it's still a very intimate situation. And so what we want to do is we want to build rapport right away. So one of the things I would always do, especially being in Vegas, is I would ask, where are you from? Right? Just a simple question, where are you from? Now, for those of you who don't know, I also used to be a flight attendant. So I've been to all 50 states, plus half the provinces of Canada, plus several places outside of the United States and North America, and I lived in Japan, right? So they could tell me wherever they wanted to tell me, and I could go, oh yeah, I've been to Minot, North Dakota. It's called the Magic City. How do you know why not? Well, here we are, right? And so it was an instant way of making connection. It was an instant way of bonding and then being able to ask them more questions about themselves so that they were then more relaxed to be able to receive the massage. They were more relaxed to be able to be in the spa environment. And I had a connection. I ended up with a personal connection with each client for, the 50 minutes that we had together. But this is about making those connections. Being aware, paying attention, building rapport is helpful in making those connections. Just like Ultra Mega, we talked about squirrels and we talked about dogs, right? Finding those little points of connection really then lay the inroads for a greater sense of connection should you choose to pursue it. And what is key to this is staying open, staying curious, being open to learning, being open to more information. And this goes not only with people, other people, this also goes with a deeper connection within yourself. Are you open? Are you curious about the depths that you can explore within yourself, about making a deeper connection with yourself? Are you open? Are you curious to exploring a deeper connection with Spirit living in, through, and as you? Are you curious? Are you playful? Are you willing to explore? Are you willing to dive deeper? Are you willing to see connections? Are you willing to experience the possibilities of linking ideas together? What seem like disparate ideas? Are you curious and open to that possibility? And when we are doing this with others, we have the opportunity to remember the platinum rule. Anybody remember the platinum rule? There's one. Y'all, 7 years of teaching y'all about the platinum rule. Ow, ow, ow. I haven't been here. Okay. So the platinum rule is to treat others the way they wish to be treated, not treating others the way you wish to be treated, because the way you want to be treated might be different than the way somebody else wants to be treated. So what that platinum rule then means is that you need to show enough interest, show enough respect, show enough willingness, show enough openness to learn about the other person or to learn about the other culture, to learn about somebody else so that you can show up and treat them the way they wish to be treated rather than the way you wish you were treated. It's about giving. It's about being in connection. It's about fostering that greater connection. So what we're talking about there is really developing a cultural fluidity and ultimately a cultural fluency. Scott, you working that out? Yeah, okay. All of a sudden, I saw you reading the top of your eyelids. I going, okay, yeah, piecing it together. So, yeah. All the scenarios in your life where, yeah, you've been trying to. They do want something different, yeah. Why? Why would they want something different than I want? Great question, Scott, right? Because there's certain things that we want different, right? So I know that if I invite Jeannie and Mike over for dinner, I want them to be able to experience the meal beautifully and enjoy the meal and enjoy the company. But then what I get the opportunity to do is to provide vegan options for them or vegan food for them so that they are included, so that they are connected. I take it upon myself, right, to make sure that that's present and that's available, right? And I know that if Earl is coming over, I best have man-fire food. Some kind of meat had better have been burnt on the grill for him to come over and enjoy himself, right? because there's a different expectation, right? And I'm culturally fluid with that, or I have a cultural fluency with that. I can make the adjustments, make the amendments to what I need to do, what I need to provide, how I need to show up, so that we can all have a good time together. This is making connections. This is building connections. So, what I want to do right now is I want to go to tables, and you have 3 questions there at the tables. How do you define connection? When do you feel disconnection or disconnected? And what do you do to reconnect? What do you do to reconnect? So make sure, first and foremost, you connect with each other by sharing your names if you don't know everybody at the table, right? And then you can use these questions to begin connecting. We're good? Everybody understand what we're doing? All right, and go.
All right, everybody, go ahead and take a pause. Take a nice deep breath together. All right. So it's great that you're connecting in this way. I absolutely love it. And now let's connect around what it is that you would like prayer for this week, or what it is you would like your table mates to know for you or affirm for you in consciousness this week. The good vibes you want them to send to you, whatever it is, however you phrase it. And remember, it's just a short, sweet, to the point. It's not a great big old long story. So I would love for you to know my health. I would love for you to know a great outcome for my doctor's appointment. I would love for you to know abundance, love, peace, whatever it is. So you've got 2 minutes to get all the way around your table. So to the point, go. All right, here we go. All right, I'm going to come over here. So just share what you've been talking about at the table for you. I'll come to you, Sally, in just a second.
Hello. We talked about feeling safe helps us to feel connected. Meeting people halfway, allowing the bridge, letting the wall down, allowing the bridge to meet halfway. And I said that when I feel disconnected when I'm people pleasing or really trying, like James also said too, I think like when you're really trying to get someone to understand you and it feels like work, you kind of go outside of yourself to do that. So for me, I don't think we got to this last question, but a way to connect is maybe like connecting with myself again first, so dancing or exercising or things like that before I go out there and try to connect. And Becca was saying that just don't start off with like thinking how you are different from somebody. Just kind of be open to how you might connect.
Yeah, great. Thank you. Sally, I saw you. Oh, Griselda. Okay. All right.
Hello. We start off with defining connection as being on the same energy level. And when you can feel the energy flowing with synchronicities, similar or same interests. When we feel disconnected, we felt that when there's a cutoff in the flow of energy, and when there's an interruption, when the interests aren't the same, when you're in a negative mindset, your values are not on the same level as somebody else. And for us, some of the things we do to reconnect, we're being grounded, going within, meditating, being in nature, reminding ourselves of our values, of who we are, holding the higher consciousness, and just going back to remembering that which we hold true to ourselves.
Great. Thank you, Griselda. Thank you. All right, come in this direction.
Hello. I don't know. I've got a lot of notes. I'll tell you that. How do you define connection? Let's see. We started off with we feel linked. There's some mutual like. There's shared interests, a bond together that might elevate your day. And remember not to judge a book by the cover. Connection is like a magnet or gravity. That's pretty deep. And when do you feel disconnected? So there was a connection, but something changed. And you got to remember not to take it personally. It's when it's time for a difference in the relationship, at least at this time. When someone expresses they want to be treated in a different way than we thought. And what do we do to reconnect? Take a step back. What is the disconnection? We ask. We meet others where they are. Why am I responding in this way? What's my part in this? You could conceivably connect with anyone, but you might never agree on all the specifics. And like Jeff said, you connect on subjects that are easy or that you have in common.
Great. Thank you. Great work. All right, and what do we have online?
Well, online, Earl talked about energy and frequency, like matching the frequency of someone and the energy of frequency with someone, and he also talked about practicing the Hawaiian spiritual practice of Ho'oponopono. And so, but I was encouraging them to type more in the chat, but they didn't. So that's what I got out of what they talked about. But just being in the flow of energy and, practicing Hawaiian spirituality. And, what is it? I love you. I forgive you.
Thank you.
Thank you. And one more. Wasn't it one more? Okay. I love you.
All right. Great. Fantastic. So lots of good stuff that we heard. Yes? Yeah. Like going in and seeing what's my role in this, what's my part in this, asking the questions of ourselves too, that it's not just about the person out there or whatever is out there, it's also about what's in here. And really it always starts with what's in here, does it not? Yes. All right, so your homework. Where are Chester and tomorrow? Oh, okay. All right. Oh, everybody was like, there were multiple people telling me they're online. Okay. Hey, Chester. Hey, tomorrow. Tomorrow, here's your homework. So, just because you're online doesn't mean you don't get homework. Okay? All right. So, what I invite you to do this week is, how many of you remember the game Connect 4? Yeah? Right? Where you get 4 checkers in a row standing up. So, yeah. So, your homework for this week is Connect 4. Make 4 connections this week with other people. Connect with yourself, of course, but make 4 connections with other people. Now, this doesn't mean that you have to be best buds by the end of the week, right? But it does mean you get to engage with somebody and find even a smallest connection. See how big the connection could be, though. Find out. Explore. Have fun. Enjoy it. Experiment. Play. But connect 4. 4 connections this week. So at least 1 a day. Not quite, but Yes, Maria. With somebody you already know? See, if it's somebody you already know, I would say if they're an acquaintance, then yes. But if it's somebody you live with, No. Yes, one person you'd never talk to. Exactly. There you go. That makes it a little bit easier, right? You know. We had a great connection with the cashier at Stater Brothers yesterday. Valerie, she was wonderful. We had a great conversation. So, yeah. So she even said, you know what? I always carry cash. She and Ed had a connection, right? Because Ed never carries cash. And so she goes, I always carry cash because you never know when these machines are going to go down. And, you know, what's coming around, you never know what you might need in your home. Because if it's, you know, the banks or whatever, I was like, ooh, she's thinking, I like this connection. Yes, we're going to have to go to the bank and withdraw some money and stick it underneath our mattress. All right, so that, my friends, is the homework. And so we're shifting things up a little bit. We're going back to a way of enjoying music immediately after the message here. So without further ado, we have The Face of God. Some of you know how to sign it, so feel free to sign it with them. All right, here we go.
You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are my family. You are the face of God. Sing it with me. You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. I hold you in my heart. You are my family. You are my family. You are the face of God. You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are my family. You are the face of God.
So I invite you to take out that which you're choosing to contribute and hold it over your heart space and give it a silent blessing. There are in the center of each table, there's a silver vessel there for you to place your contribution, your conscious contribution into. There's also envelopes there as well. So give it a silent blessing, and as you do, I'm going to share with the folks at home. If you'd like to contribute online, you can go to our website, riversidecsl.org, and in the upper right-hand corner, you'll see the word contribute. You can contribute there, or if you'd like to text to give, it's really easy to do. Siri is not understand. Yeah, Siri, you you better understand what conscious contributions are. Anyway. Right. Always when it comes to I don't understand. I don't speak English. I don't know what I'm. Anyway. So. Devices, man, I tell you. So. You can simply text 951-419-5858. Type in the amount you're choosing to contribute and hit send. It's just that easy. It's just like texting a friend because that's exactly what you're doing. So I invite you to extend your hands into the center of the table toward that which you're choosing to contribute, and let's bless it together with this abundance affirmation. I give and receive freely and generously. With an open heart and an open mind, the universe responds to me in kind. I know that my beloved community is richly blessed, and so it is. Excuse me. All right, so a couple of things here. So the first thing is our 83rd annual membership meeting is happening today at 12:30 right here in the room. All of our active members were also sent an email with the Zoom link. So if you are not able to be with us in person today, we do ask that you please sign into Zoom. You have it in your email. So make sure that you check your email for that. So we start that at 12:30. If you're not a member of Riverside CSL, that's okay too. You can certainly stay and witness and be part of the meeting. You're just not allowed to vote when it comes time for voting. So just wanted to share that with you. So that's happening at 12:30 today. Then we have our Super Bowl children's book and snacks drive. So I talked to the referees this morning. There is a flag on the play. So we will not be able to announce the winners of the Super Bowl competition this week, but we will be announcing it next week after the people in the booth review the flag on the play, okay? So there you go. So that's where that stands. All right, and then Spirit of Art is happening on March 15th. Do you have your tickets yet? Yes, a few of you have your tickets. No, don't hear some no's. Get your tickets, because by the end of, by Friday, if you want to be entered into a drawing to win one of Marty's fabulous photographs, then you need to have bought your ticket by Friday in order to be entered into that particular drawing. So Marty, you want to just raise your hand? There, Marty, right? There we go. And if you're an artiste, then you have until Saturday to submit art for the art auction. Remember, it's a silent auction as well as a live auction. We also have the fabulous, delicious, yummy, sorry vegans, salmon mac and cheese from Chef Kim. Yes, everybody goes, ooh. I know, I wait for it every year. I was like, it's so good. And it's just like, and then I use my privilege, and I go back there in the room, and I get a few before they start passing them out so that I make sure I get mine. Anyway, it's really, really good. So you don't want to miss Chef Kim's mac and cheese, salmon mac and cheese, and we also have a live jazz band as well playing. So it is a fun evening. Who's been to Spirit of Art before? Yes. Look at all these hands. Great time, right? Yes. Come away with fantastic art, yes? Yes. So make sure you're here. Make sure you're bringing your friends here. Make sure your friends of friends of friends of friends are coming here too, okay? Talk about it, talk it up. Make sure people are in the room. That way, you have the art going in, and it's all local artists. All local artists. So that is the other big thing that is happening. All right. So that is that. So let us come together in consciousness. I invite our practitioners and core council to please stand and surround the space here. as we move into a moment of prayer. So I invite you to close your eyes if you're comfortable in doing so. And taking in a nice, deep, unifying breath. And I recognize that there is a wholeness, a perfection, a oneness, a unity that is never ever separated. It is total and complete in and of itself. There simply is this one life, this one power, this one presence that is back of, through, and is all of creation. All of life, all of creation is the divine manifestation of this one life, of this one infinite consciousness, this one wisdom, this one peace that passes all understanding, this one unconditional love that never withholds anything from its beloved creation, because it is its beloved creation as well. So each one gathered here this day is a divine emanation and impartation of this one life. It is the very essence of who I am. It's the very essence of who each one is. My life is the life of the divine, made manifest here and now. And this is true of each one here present and each one everywhere. In fact, it's true of the entire universe, for the universe is the manifest body of the divine. So there is no separation. There can be no other. There simply is this one. And in this unity, there is a multiplicity, so that this unity may know itself more completely, more fully, more totally. And so each individual person, each individual life form, each individual form itself is an expression of perfection, wholeness, abundance, love, peace, and joy. Each one is a microcosm of the great macrocosm, living in a holographic universe. Each cell within our bodies carries the entirety of the universe within it, the entirety of spirit, the entirety of life. And it is in our consciousness that we understand and know that we are inseparable from one another, that we are whole and complete in this one. And so there is no separation between the gentleman at Tractor Supply and myself. There is truly no other. There simply is life in full expression. And so it is this life that meets life. It is this love that meets love. It is this peace that meets peace. It is this connection, the inseparability that is all that there is. And so I give thanks for this now. Give thanks for my recognition and our recognition, our realization of this unity, of this oneness, knowing that it carries each of us forth this day in every interaction, in every thought, word, and deed. I give thanks for it all. And I release this word now, knowing it is done. I let it be, and so it is. And so I invite everyone to please stand. And this is the affirmation for the week. I make connections everywhere I go, So let's hear you say it with all the gusto of all the C's we shared earlier. Here we go. I make connections everywhere I go. Wonderful. Something wonderful is happening through me right now. It is this thing called love. Love is in my mind. Love is in my body. Love is in everything I do. I am it. I share it. I receive it. And I move love forward because love lives here. Happy Sunday.
I cannot do all the good that the world needs. The world needs all the good that I can do. Hey! I cannot do all the good that the world needs. But the world needs all the good that I can do. Come on, Austin. Cannot do good that the world needs, but the world needs all the good that I can do. I cannot do all the good that the world needs, but the world needs all the good that I can do. I cannot do all the good that the world needs, but the world needs all the good that I can do. That I can do. Woo! Have a good Sunday.
All right.